Hello everyone, I'm Matteo from YouBeat, here with Sunnery James Ryan Marciano at Tomorrowland Belgium Adscendo edition. I'm super happy to have you here. We will start with the roots, because you both have Surinamese descent. What the culture, what the country gifted to you in terms of influences for your music, for your also dreams and perspectives?
Thank you. Great question. I mean, this is the first question we got from the fundamentals where we come from. So thank you for that. I mean, my parents they were born and raised in Suriname. Suriname is a small country in the top of South America, and it was a colony from Holland. And the funny thing is, actually, they never had like a Surinamese passport because they always had a Dutch passport. This is very weird, that thing for them. But they from there, they're very proud of it. And the country is very mixed up. It's a very diverse culture. You have like Chinese, Indonesian, Dutch even still.
And is the official language Dutch, right?
Yes, Jewish. Oh wow, you did your homework. So it's a very it's a society with a lot of different cultures. So I grew up with a lot of mixed cultures. So in my blood already, I have Portuguese, Chinese, like Indian, Native American. So I'm a mix. So I never saw the boundaries between cultures, and that's how if you really translate that to music, we always went open in music, very crossover. We love Latin. There's a tribal drift is in the culture of Suriname music. But besides, we love soul music, rock, and we all put it together in our own mix, and we translate it through our vibes we got from the Surinamese background. Yeah, yeah.
And then we haven't even talked about it, but yeah, I know Italian food is amazing, but it's Suriname or Italian food. Yeah.
I never thought this question would come because I love Italian food, and of course, but I have to choose Suriname. I grew up with Surinamese food, and it's also a feeling. You know, it feels like home. It feels safe. But Suriname Italian is like.
We actually should get an Italian chef to make like Suriname dish in it, right? Yeah.
And about the language, also Dutch is a connection because you are based and very linked with Amsterdam. So
raised in Amsterdam.
exactly. So what's Amsterdam gifted to you in terms of opportunities? For example, we know that on October the 20th for the ADE, you are going to relaunch the Sono music party. So what's the atmosphere and the opportunities that Amsterdam and the Dutch system give you to?
I think Amsterdam is very. They always try to evolve, you know. So when dance music came alive in Chicago, a bunch of Dutch people were there. They saw the whole culture that we're gonna bring this to Holland, and the way they organize stuff in Amsterdam and Holland in general, it's a very high quality. So the way they created the whole dance scene, it's like almost 30 years now, gave us a big opportunity to live our dreams, to get like a career in Holland, because it was very professional. You had like weekly club shows, festivals, so it's a big platform and infrastructure to become a DJ. So when we found out our passion about music, it was easy in Amsterdam and Holland to learn about the craft, to see how it works, the dynamics in dance music. And the most important thing is the Dutch crowd is very tough. If you can play for the Dutch crowd, you can play everywhere in the world. And I have to say we're very thankful to be born and raised in Amsterdam and have the DJ school right there, because if you can play there, the world is it's easy.
ready.
It's not easy, but it's easier to play at different spots in the world. Yeah.
And what about the Sono music label party? Could you tell us some artists that will perform or not? And about the Sono music as label, what's next? What could we expect in the next future?
We have some artists, of course. We have our own artists like Jax, Novak, the guys we all bring on stage. And then we're still looking into who's in Amsterdam, who's not, and who we want to bring and not. We want to take you maybe, yeah, come. But we have a lot of new music for Sono and big plans also, because we really want to push it. We started off with Sono actually, so many people sent us demos they couldn't release with other labels, and we were like, this is so good, so we need to release music, and that's how we started Sono. And now we more really want to push it because we have all these guys that, yeah, they produce very good stuff, you know. And it's going to be exciting because last year we did the same party and we had a DJ booth in the dressing room, and that was already a party, right?
It's a good party.
Yeah.
Thanks to Rome for that, by the way. What I want to say is we're still looking into the lineup because we have the feeling like DJs, they need more than 1 hour nowadays. So we don't want to fill up the lineup with 7 DJs. We see maybe 3, max 4, and they play a longer set to keep the vibe going. I feel like it's a good thing for the night, and as a DJ, I can tell your story more. So we're gonna get rid of the shorter sets. We want to see longer sets of DJs, and let's see who can do it the best.
I would link this also to Trompa. That's your latest release with Sophie Tucker.
Yeah.
Really, really great track. What was the connection between you and Sophie Tucker? How was working with them? About the direction of Sono, if you'd like to point like a kind of direction, or are you experimenting and checking different kind of sounds?
This track was like an inspiration from the beginning. We started this in the northern of Holland, in Leeuwarden, and we had like some drinks, and I was on the mic doing some Suriname slangs and words, and we started making beats. And the guy who we were working with in the studio, he was in touch with Sophie. We met Sophie Tucker a few times, and we got on a FaceTime call together, and we just played the vibe. And we're like, oh, send it to us, we want to work on it. And we went back and forth, and I think we had like 12 versions. And then Sophie came with the idea to sing that, to put in a sample from an old song, Brazilian song, and that killed the whole song. That was like, okay, this is serious. But the biggest challenge was to find out, to get a sample cleared. She was singing it, but you have to clear it. But this band, they're now in their 80s, 90s years old. They live in a small town in Brazil somewhere, and we couldn't get a hold of them. So we almost couldn't release it. And then our guy at the label went hard in, and he found someone in Brazil, and they went after them. The guy literally drove his car into the mountains to find those people and sign the papers. Yeah. So that's a great story about it. Yeah.
And we love to play football ourselves, you know. We love to watch football.
Which team do you support?
Ajax.
Ajax.
Obviously, you know, we're from Amsterdam. But the MLS in America, they took it as like for their anthem, Trompa. That was a big honor. Yeah.
That's great that you say that, Ryan. I love that.
Well, it's great. MLS did that.
Yeah.
Super. No, thank you so much. Other point of view I would like to ask to you is about the change of ADM, and you saw the business and the ecosystem changing in the years. And I would like to ask you, what do you think about the impact of music viral potential that could be TikTok or Instagram for the promotion of a song, and how much should you care about it? Because also in the development of a project, you know, there is an impact on this, but I think personally that quality and vibes should come first.
Exactly. Wow. I mean, the thing is, really, really good for you on that. I think you can't ignore the fact that music comes to life on TikTok and Instagram stories.
Also from the past, right?
Exactly. Because it becomes like a sort of trick now. You can make something go viral really quick, but after 2 weeks it's done. It's over. Exactly. So Ryan and I, we're not ignoring the fact that you have to use those platforms, but quality comes first with us, always. And from there we see how we can go viral on TikTok or Instagram. But the first thing for us is to make good music. At the end of the day, we have to stand behind it, but we're not closing our eyes for what's happening in the hype of social media. But it's not our focus. And to come away, I think if you're just focusing on those platforms and not on your craft and music, I think you're gonna lose quality over the years in music.
Kind of mechanism.
Exactly. Even if you want to play some tracks from TikTok, like and then you download it and you hear the quality of it, it's not even mixed, and you can't even play it actually. You know, so it's. I hope it's a short hype now that people and young producers are focusing on that, because I feel like if you're talented and you lose yourself in that world, you're gonna spoil your talent. And that's to the young kids out there, keep working on quality music and don't only go for the hype. Yeah.
For me, it's a short hype because of short attention to the music, stories, 15 seconds. It's all shorter. But I think it's better to focus.
Honestly, for me personally, it's not even. Those videos aren't even about the music.
Exactly.
You know, it's about the video, a crazy dance, and people watch it over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not really about the music.
For example, if you want to promote a track right now, we could easily go to a mud pool, and Ryan throws me in a mud pool, and the track is playing, and it goes viral because everybody wants to see that. You know?
Let's try.
Let's do it.
Let's try.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Super. Thank you so much. Just the last question. Did you ever think about starting like a solo project in parallel with your projects like Sono?
Not really, actually. I mean, we such a line, and I mean, the only way that could happen if Ryan tomorrow wants to play like only hip hop or hot style, that's gonna be a problem. But we're such in line. We have such an amazing dynamic in the studio, finding music. Also, the whole road to Tomorrowland, how we worked on it and how we vibe. That's something you want to do together. Besides all the bullshit in the dance, we are best friends. We're family. So to do that together, that's a blessing. Yeah.
Super. Super, guys. Thank you so much. Thanks, Sunnery James Ryan Marciano here at Tomorrowland. And
Grazie mille.
Grazie mille to you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Great interview, man. And special questions.
Yeah. Really good.
Special questions.